Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Basic Beach. My name is DeForest, and today we're going to be talking about something super exciting. It's one of my favorite things in the world: open source, large language models, local models, and how to use them. We're going to show you how to download and set up a program called LM Studio. I've been using it for about a year and a half or so, and I think it's a fantastic place to start. If you're interested in this kind of thing. Okay, first things first, we're going to pull up our browser and we're going to go to lmstudio.ai, and you should see this when you get there, and you'll see this Meet Bionic. This is their new coding agent. I think they're trying to compete with Cursor with this application, this new one. This is not what we're going to be using. We're going to be using the OG vanilla LM Studio, and where you find the download page for that is you click Models up here at the top, and then at the top right you'll see this purple download button. We're going to click that too, and then it pulls up the download page. So you can select whichever operating system that you're using, and it'll select your processor and everything, and then you'll click download. I already have this downloaded, so we don't need to worry about that. And once you download LM Studio, you can navigate over to your applications folder or just search for it, and we'll load it up, and you should see a window that is very similar to this. And the first thing you're going to want to do is we're going to download our first large language model, and we do that over here in the download tab on the far left, where it's got the little robot with the magnifying glass. And this is our download window, and there's thousands of models that you can download. I'll make it easy for you. I'm going to download Qwen 3.5 9B. I believe you should be able to run this on pretty much any computer that you have on any piece of hardware. It should run fairly well. So I'm going to click that one, and then we're going to click download over here on the right. It's about 6 gigabytes or so, and that should fit on pretty much any system that you've got. So let's download it. Okay, great. So we've got this downloaded now, and one other point I want to make: in this drop down here, you have a couple of options on the different types of models. Don't worry too much about what all this stuff means right now, but if you are on a Mac, I would suggest you download where it says MLX over here. That is Metal, which is Apple's AI accelerator architecture. So if you're on a Mac, I would select a model that is MLX. But you can also use GGUF as well. It just may not be quite as snappy. So now that we've got that downloaded, we're going to click Use in Chat. And then this other window will pop up, which allows you to set a few parameters. Now you've got this context length slider here. We're going to give ourselves 20,000, which is 20,000 tokens, which is enough for this demonstration here. That gives us some breathing room. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to click Load Model. And that should take about, depending on your hardware, it should take less than 15 seconds or so. Yeah, okay, so it loaded, and now we can start chatting with it. It's that simple. Now we've got our own version of ChatGPT right here happening completely locally on your own hardware. No internet connection required whatsoever. So let's test it out. Tell me something interesting about barn owls. Okay, so now it's reasoning right here. So it says thinking. And the Qwen 3.5 9B is a reasoning model, which means it thinks for a period of time before deciding on the final output that it's going to send you. I think this takes a little bit too much time, and I've had great results with turning thinking off. So we'll let it finish its reply. But over here you'll see on the right side, we have this configuration panel where it says Enable Thinking under Custom Fields. We're going to turn that off so that the following replies will be instantaneous, because this is taking quite a long time. Okay, that ended up taking way too long, so I stopped it, and I'm going to disable thinking over here where it says Enable Thinking. We're going to turn that switch off, and then we're going to delete this message. And then we're going to say, we're going to click Generate AI Response again. So this should generate instantaneously rather than taking minutes and hours to respond. There we go. Okay. So tell me something interesting about barn owls, and then it gives you the reply. So you can see how much more efficient that is and snappy it is when you turn off thinking. And that responded at a rate of about 23 tokens, almost 24 tokens per second, which is just the speed of the reply, essentially, which is very good for running completely local on this laptop. Okay, I think I'll show you one more thing before we get out of here. We're going to start a new conversation, and then we're going to go to where it says system prompt over here on the right, and we're going to add a system prompt. And a system prompt is basically the guidelines or instructions that you give to the model on top of its already existing weights and capabilities. So we could say something fun like, talk to me as if you are Elmo from Sesame Street. Okay, and then we're going to save that and call it Elmo. Okay, and then we've got a new conversation, so we're going to type in and say something like, hey, how is your day going? And then it responds as if it's Elmo. That's kind of fun. So you can see that this is just a simple example, but this is a very powerful tool and parameter that you can use for your use case or whatever you want to do. So you can have it say, talk to me like you're for someone in the medical field, or talk to me like you're a pirate, or really anything that you want. And that can be very, very useful. So yeah, that's it. That's how you do it. That's how you get started using local AI models with LM Studio. As you've seen, it's very, very easy to get started. And I think that as time goes on, we will see that open source is going to become increasingly important. And all of this is free. This is all free, happening only on your laptop. None of your data, none of your inputs, none of your prompts are getting sent to a data center anywhere. One caveat I will say, this is very important. The level of intelligence on a smaller model like Qwen 3.5 9B is not going to be anywhere near the level of intelligence of a frontier model like ChatGPT or Claude, Opus, or Sonnet. They do have frontier grade open source models like Kimi K3 or GLM 5.2. To run those models without any quantization or compression, you would need basically a data center grade GPU cluster, which most of us don't have in our basements. So that's why we settle for the smaller models like Qwen 3.5 or 3.6, because all of that is running on the hardware of your laptop or your desktop, which is, consumer grade. Anyway, that's the video. Appreciate you watching. Like and subscribe for more content like this. My name is DeForest, and this is The Basic Beach. Take care.